Hi, and welcome to At Home Art Lessons with the Art Groupies. We're going to be working with this groupie named Wanda. Wanda understands the world of art. She realizes that art isn't just about creating, but making connections with the art of other cultures to find personal meaning and inspiration is what Wanda's all about. We're going to take a field trip with Wanda, and we're going to go to Africa with this guy. His name is John Bonovich. He is an American artist from the great state of Montana. He was inspired by the Jungle Book, and his dad had a love of outdoors. He inspired John greatly. He became a wildlife artist and conservationist. He creates dramatic portrayals of wildlife with impressive details. Because he spends tons of time in Africa watching the giraffes and spending so much time just looking at their bodies and how it's formed. So we're going to be inspired by John Bonovich's portrayal of his giraffes. Now, giraffes are the tallest mammal on Earth. So we're going to start up here in the top corner of our paper for our giraffe's head. And we're going to create the giraffe's head with a shape like the letter U. I'm then going to use a circle for the giraffe's eye, and then I'm going to go around that circle with an ellipse, a football type shape. I'm then going to use a teardrop shape for my giraffe's nostril. I'm going to give him a little smile. Giraffes have horns, so I'm going to use two vertical lines with a rounded line for the top for one of the horns, and then follow the leader with another horn. Then I'm going to give the giraffe another teardrop shape for his ear. I'm now going to go right underneath the ear, and I'm going to go on a ski trip down the mountain and around. And that's our giraffe's long neck and his back end. I'm going to come back up here and under the jowl line, draw another line for the other side of his neck. And there we have the giraffe's head, his neck, and his body. Giraffes also have a mane, and it comes down the back of his neck and on part of his back. Now, giraffes' necks, believe it or not, cannot reach down and touch the ground. So they have these long spindly legs with some really interesting knee joints. So they can spread their legs out to be able to drink. So there's his first leg. We're going to come back here with his belly and now draw the back leg. Again with those funny little knees. Come down with his hoof. Come back up the outer and back end of the knee and connect it. Now we'll go ahead and draw his other leg behind the first. And the same thing with this one. Draw it behind. Now we're going to go ahead and give him a tail. It's a nice little tail that has kind of a poofy end. Now, a giraffe is made up of spots. The spots are very similar to a rectangle shape. And a giraffe's pattern of spots is very unique to each giraffe. No two giraffes have the same pattern. Just like we have our own set of fingerprints that is only unique to us, they have a pattern that is just unique to them. Crazy, right? Giraffes do everything just about standing up. They don't need to eat a lot. They can go a couple days without eating or drinking, and they get a lot of their water from the actual leaves and vegetation that they eat. So they can go a couple days without water as well. So we'll go ahead and give smaller rectangles up by the giraffe's face. And voila, our giraffe is complete. I think for this picture, we're going to not make it quite realistic like John Bonovich. We're going to be a little creative and add some spice to our giraffe. So I'm going to color in the background color of my giraffe with this beautiful yellow. Yellow is my favorite color. I'm going to come around here. It was thought that giraffes didn't make many noises, but scientists have discovered that they actually make noises, but the human ear can't detect it. The range is just super low that our ears aren't able to pick up the sounds that the giraffes make. They also huff and puff too. We can hear that. But the sounds that they make between each other, we can't pick up. Interesting, right? So I like John Bonovich with my art groupie Wanda because, as I stated, Wanda is all about art meaning more than just creating. And that's kind of what John Bonovich is all about as well. He believes it's more than creating good art, that it involves sharing and envisioning and exploring ideas with lots of people and committees. And the money that he raises for the sale of his beautiful paintings and his beautiful portrayals of his wildlife, the money he raises is channeled back to support conservation efforts that promote habitat protection. So he's all about protecting those animals that he's out sketching and drawing and painting. So there I finished the background color of my giraffe. I'll go ahead and be creative and add some spots or color to my spots of my giraffe. Maybe I'll almost make like a rainbow going up the giraffe. So we'll use some purples and some blues. Repeat those colors all along the bottom part. So John Bonovich from the great state of Montana. I think that's on my bucket list to go out and explore and see, is the state of Montana. I can't even begin to imagine what it would look like. Would love to go and explore. Giraffes are very unique, and whenever you think of a giraffe, you think of the beautiful country of Africa. So it was the perfect fit on our field trip to draw a giraffe. He's got lots of spots so we can add lots of color. I'm all about the color. Color makes me happy. After we're done adding to his color, maybe we'll add a bit of landscape to our giraffe. Now, if we did this correctly, our giraffe took up most of the paper because, you know, it is the tallest mammal on Earth, and his legs are about 6 feet tall, taller than most humans. I can't get over that fact. That's just crazy. 6 feet tall. Just the legs. So now that I'm almost finished coloring in my giraffe, give him a little bit more colors up here. We'll give him some mountains, maybe a beautiful sunrise. Add some more color in his patches. I think I'll use a bright yellow for his mane. So there we go. My giraffe. Voila. Oops, we forgot his hoofs. Color them in black. Now my giraffe is done. So holding on to that black crown, I'm going to go ahead and make a horizon line here. Now, my giraffe isn't colored in with realistic colors, so why should I do realistic colors on the background? Let's make that landscape creative as well. So since I started and have warm colors up here, I'll add the warm colors down here in my picture. And we'll use a variety, just like we used a variety when we colored our giraffe. We didn't just use one orange. So we won't just use one orange. And we can overlap those colors to make an even more interesting piece. Art is all about the experience and having fun. If you're not having fun, you want to figure out why and create a piece of art that is fun. And be proud of your work. It's hard making a giraffe. It's hard making any type of animal. But if you just put it together with simple shapes and simple lines, you will get it. It's hard, especially when you look at the picture and it's just a little overwhelming, like, oh my goodness, you want me to draw that? But if you just look and start with maybe either the head or the body and break it down into simple shapes, that's all everything is made of, is simple shapes and lines. And just break it down. And if it doesn't look right, guess what? That's why we have erasers. You can erase that line and start again. So now I'm going to do my sky. Maybe I'll have that sun setting in the background. Tie in the yellow of the giraffe. Maybe I'll make a nice beautiful green sky. Tie in with that yellow. I'm going to keep my line when I color going in the same direction. Makes for a more peaceful and nice piece. So here we go. Our giraffe, inspired by John Bonovich, great American artist who created dramatic portrayals of wildlife with impressive details, but was more than just an artist. Have fun and inspire someone today.